Hi guys! Now, we're having some tech work being done on my classroom, and I'm not so sure I'm going to be able to broadcast on Friday. Cross our fingers, you don't need this video. But because there might be issues, just in case we can't get everything set up, I've got this for you. Now, today we're going to look at research and resources. Now, for today, you are going to need your Chromebook, writing journal, internet connection. And remember, claims need to be justified, justifications need to be need sources need citations. We're going to go over this a million times. It's never going to change. Now, you guys have your human rights issue. We've already discussed and we've gone down a ton of stuff. But our big thing is we have to make sure that you have your main argument, thesis statement, and that you have your 3 sub-arguments, thesis statement, so that you remember what we're looking for. Now, those sub-arguments, those are where things get real interesting. Sorry about that. Now, so let me give you an example of what it should look like. A source example is going to have the website URL. Now, does that look familiar? Maybe from our 3 sources that we did last week? An MLA citation? Again, does that look familiar? Could it be from this work that we did last week? And what part of your argument is this source going to be used for? Now, here's where things get a little dicey. At this point, you guys have 3 sources that you already looked at for general information. You might have to go back at this point and actually look for sources that are going to prove one of your 3 main points. One of the 3 main points. One of the 3 main points from your thesis statement. Now, you might get really lucky and your sources just totally line up and everything is great. Maybe you didn't. And you got to go back to SIRS and take a look and see if you can find a source that proves one of your 3 main points. Now, you're going to tell them which one of the main points that this actually falls into. Now, explanation of the relevance of your topic. Could it be that you have summaries that were already written for sources that you already have that might just feed into one of your 3 subs? Yes. And then you're going to have to go back to your source and get me 2 good quotes. Now, are you going to use these quotes? Yes and no. But make sure you get them, and let's talk about a couple of things. 1, make sure you put your quotation marks around them. 2, make sure that you have, now if this is an article with no author, it's just going to be the first word in the title and then the paragraph number. If it has an author, it'll have the author's last name and then para and the paragraph number. Now, ACLU stands for American Civil Liberties Union. First word in the MLA citation that makes sense. Now, you get to build one on your own. This is your first one, so there might be some changes that we make later, but I need this completely done by Saturday morning. That way I can write you notes and we can start figuring out if everything's okay. Remember, you need to get the website. Remember, you need to get the MLA citation. Remember that you got to get where does this go in your argument? Which one of those 3 subcategories from your thesis statement slide is this fit into? Then you have to explain the relevance. Why is this important? Now, one of the big things on here might be like if it's a study about a certain thing, you can be like a study done by John Hopkins about this. Or you can sit there and say, hey, this is an organization that specializes in this and they're giving information on this topic. And then, of course, the best 2 quotes and make sure you pick good ones because you might be limited to them only. Now, some people are like, I'm going to pick the biggest quotes. You will not be able to quote more than 10 words total. So the reason why we're going to grab these quotes is because later on we're going to paraphrase or summarize them, put them into our own words. And no, you can't do that by just changing a couple words. That's not how this works. So grab me the quotes for now. We're going to need them later. Don't forget them. Now, this is your only thing to do for that. Okay, that's it for Friday. Saturday, I'm going to go through and I'm going to be grading all of these slides, guys, all of them. And you know what that means? You do know what that means, right? That means that I need all those slides done. So I'm going to be checking on Saturday. Slides 12 all the way through to 30. Now, you realize that there's not a lot of them that you actually had to do work on. And remember that when you hit ones that have these blue dots, that you know that these are just instructions, okay? So don't freak out too hard. Make sure you have it all done. This will be one of the first 25-point checks. Now remember, 25 points doesn't sound a lot until it goes in the essay category. Now, you have a beautiful day. I love you all. Bye-bye. How do I stop this thing? Stop!